This is not about what might happen in 10 or 20 years' time, it's about what communities are needing to deal with right now.
With an increasing number of emergency events, climate events that are coming more frequently, are more intense and more erratic, it's presenting a really significant financial bill for councils to fund. As an example, the June 2021 windstorm caused expenditure back into council of $21 million that we hadn't planned for, hadn't budgeted.
I had the experience of deploying staff to a big emergency relief centre at Maryborough for people evacuating from the Bayandine bushfires on the very same day that the rest of our team were out doing flood recovery with people who'd been severely impacted by flooding in the weeks since Christmas Day in Bendigo, some of whom had been flooded 15 months previously in October 22. So that was the first time when we'd experienced the need to support both bushfire relief and flood recovery literally on the same day.
So in Victoria at the moment, we pretty much don't do build back better for infrastructure. So when we think about our infrastructure and our assets being affected by these climate events and weather events, we're building back infrastructure to the standard that it was already at, which then means it might potentially get washed out and destroyed a year later or a year after that, as distinct to stepping back and making sure that we're putting in, for instance, an even better road or an even better building that has a much higher chance of withstanding the next 2, 3, 4 emergency events, which then saves money in the long term and actually saves a lot of pain for local communities.
The Queensland Betterment Fund is about investing money in building assets back to a better standard than the pre-existing infrastructure so that they're more resilient to damage and destruction from future climate events. And the investment that the government's made in Queensland, I think it's $176 million, partnership with state and federal governments since 2013 when it was established, and that saved almost $400 million of money needed for reconstruction works. And the works that have been impacted by future disasters, 79% have only experienced superficial damage because they're built to a better standard.
We have to electrify all of Australia. Every home has to be electrified, and we've gone a long way in doing that without government assistance. Low-income homes will never go solar. They don't have the resources to do that. And we thought this is an opportunity where we can help the community.
So when we talk about climate resilience and making sure we're planning future communities for climate events, ensuring that our council planning schemes across the state have the right data and information in them is critical. So when we think about the latest climate and flood modelling, that needs to firstly get done, the detailed work to do it and research, but also then we need to make sure it gets into the planning scheme. So when developments happen, there's permit triggers, ensuring that we're building infrastructure with the latest data.
We need to have a means of educating people in the community about climate change, about global warming, in a way that they can understand it, not to scare them, but to make them proactive and change their behavior.